The only thing you can be if you're not a nationalist is a Dimagi Naxal.
And the continuation to that is, the only thing you can be if you are a BJP supporter or a Godi media is that you are a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
If you think that you can be on both sides, you can't.
Very true, Arnab. You cannot claim to be a nationalist and then simultaneously also be a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt, can you?
I believe, especially going through what we are going as a country, it's time to choose
whether you are a nationalist or a Dimagi Andh Bhakt. Sorry, Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
First, let us define what a Dimagi Naxal is. And then you decide if you want to be one.
Sure, Arnab. You define what a Dimagi Naxal is, and I will define what a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt is. Let the people choose and decide what they want to be.
Mr. Kejriwal, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and all the Dimagi Naxals out there, including Mr. Chidambaram, here is my definition of a Dimagi Naxal.
Mr. ArnabGoswami, dear Prime Minister, the Home Minister, and including the Godi media, and all the Andh Bhakts out there, here is my definition of a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
You are a Dimagi Naxal if you have supported directly or indirectly Sarjeel Imam and Omar Khalid. If you have stood to compromise India, break India, directly or indirectly, target India's sovereignty, say that we will break the chicken's neck because there are a lot of Muslims in that area and there are a lot of Muslims in Assam, we have to use the Muslim demographic advantage to break the map of India, then you are a Dimagi Naxal. So anyone who supports Sarjeel Imam or Umar Khalid is 100% a Dimagi Naxal.
You are a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt if you support, defend, glorify and make excuses for Nathuram Godse and his assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. If you have stood to justify the killing of the father of our nation, directly or indirectly, celebrate the assassin, portray Gandhi's murderer as a hero, and then try to whitewash the ideology that led to Gandhi's assassination, and then use the Hindu demographic advantage to break the map of India, then you are a Dimagi Andh Bhakt. So anyone who supports Godse is 100% Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
You are a Dimagi Naxal if you are somebody like Yogendra Yadav, an absolute out-and-out hypocrite who undermines Parliament and believes that the future of India will not be run from Parliament but from the streets. Then you are a frustrated person who has lost an election, lost his deposit, cannot even win a housing colony election like Yogendra Yadav, and because you are a complete frustrated man, you decide to subvert Indian democracy, then you are a Dimagi Naxal.
You are a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt if you are someone like ArnabGoswami, an out-and-out lapdog of the government who undermines the younger generation and believes that the future generation should not debate or question the government. Then you are a frustrated journalist who has lost all sense of objectivity, cannot distinguish between the government and the nation, and because you are so desperate to please those in power, you want to turn their political propaganda into your prime time journalism, then you are definitely a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
Dimagi Naxal number 3, if you are someone like Arundhati Roy, the pseudo-intellectual Naxal sympathizers, Gandhians with guns, blah, 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 and says this is part of a structural process, tries to use some complicated English to defend violence against the state. These are opportunists of the worst kind. Coconuts, ladies and gentlemen, brown outside, white inside, slavish mentality in 2026, Dimagi Naxals.
You are a Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakt number 3 if you are someone like Kangana Ranaut, the hyper-nationalist sycophant who says 1947 की आज़ादी बीक थी और असली आज़ादी 2014 में मिली, blah blah blah, and continues to say women participating in the farmers' protest are bought in for ₹100. When you listen to her words, लगता है हम अंग्रेजों से नहीं, अंग्रेज हमसे आजाद हो गए. These are opportunists of the worst kind. Oranges, ladies and gentlemen, oranges. Orange inside and orange outside. Bootlicking mentality in 2026. Dhed Dimagi Andh Bhakts.
A person as lowbrow as Arundhati Roy, who says when she hears filthy abuse, she feels a sense of catharsis. I feel nothing but pity for you, Arundhati Roy, and for your brigade.
A person as abjectly low-minded as Kangana, who attacks the Gen Z and describes the whole generation as gutter chop, I feel nothing but pity for you, Kangana.
Number 4, a Dimagi Naxal in the same vein is a person who supports the CJP's violence, the sexual perversions, the filthy abuse, the presence of 2,800 hardened criminals, perverts who unzipped their pants and flashed their private parts and said this was a students' protest. These were not students, these were Dimagi Naxals.
Number 4, a Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt is a person who supports the RSS and BJP's Hindutva propaganda, the sexual perversions, the filthy public abuse in the presence of children, the vulgar actions from children, perverts like Brij Bhushan who sexually harass our world-class athletes and Olympians. This is not Hinduism. These are Der Dimagi Andh Bhakts.
Dimagi Naxal is the person who has the temerity to, ladies and gentlemen, the temerity to try and lynch an RAF officer who lays a hands on gallantry award winners without having done anything for the country. They are Dimagi Naxals.
A Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt is a person who has the temerity to, ladies and gentlemen, the temerity to lynch a human being and rationalize mob violence against our own citizens just because some cow vigilante, a self-appointed cow vigilante, decides to protect a cow. This is Der Dimagi Andh Bhakts.
A person like Mehbooba Mufti, who takes an ambiguous position on Kashmir, but is an out-and-out 100% opportunist. When she gets a chance, she becomes chief minister with the BJP's help. When out of power, she takes a Lashkar-e-Toiba position. She's absolutely a Dimagi Naxal. She should have put in jail or sent to Pakistan by now.
A person like Ram Madhav, who negotiated to make Mehbooba Mufti the BJP's coalition partner and accept an agreement maintaining Article 370, agree dialogue with Hurriyat and support her as the chief minister, and now compare her to Lashkar-e-Toiba, is an out-and-out 100% opportunist. When you needed a majority in Kashmir, she becomes the chief minister with the BJP's help, and now when out of power, she becomes Lashkar-e-Toiba. You are absolutely a Der Dimagi Naxal. Ram Madhav should have been sent to Nityananda's Kailasa by now.
A Dimagi Naxal is a person also like Mallikarjun Kharge, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi who disrespect the national song, try to cut it midway, and because it has references to Hindu gods, say we will not accept it, obviously because they want to defend a Muslim vote bank. A person who is willing to compromise the national song in order to appease a Muslim vote bank and take a Jinnah kind of line is a Dimagi Naxal.
A Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt is a person like Nitin Nabin, Modi and Amit Shah who disrespects the national song, who disrespects the decision taken in 1937 that only the first two stanzas has to be sung. A decision taken by Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, Rabindranath Tagore, Subhash Chandra Bose and many other leaders because they celebrated the motherland without a religious imagery. And obviously because the BJP wants a Hindu divisive vote bank, any person willing to compromise the national song to appease the Hindu vote bank is definitely a Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt. If Congress wanted to really take the Jinnah style position, they could have rejected the Vande Mataram, they could have rejected the national song altogether. Instead, they preserved the first two stanzas precisely because it had a powerful, inclusive national meaning, while avoiding the religious imagery of different stanzas, which could have made the song less suitable for a common national song for citizens of different faiths. This Hindutva majoritarian politics is precisely a Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
A Dimagi Naxal is a person like Rahul Gandhi who says India is not a nation. That's an absolute Dimagi Naxal. No doubt Rahul Gandhi is a Dimagi Naxal who says India is not a nation. Can you imagine that thought? And he goes abroad to say it. How unresearched, how unaware, how Dimagi Naxal an attitude.
A Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt is someone like our Prime Minister who speaks about gas from drains, Lord Ganesha's plastic surgery, him not being biological, Karnas and Kauravas IVF. I mean, that's an absolute Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt. No doubt Modi ji is a Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt. Can you imagine those thoughts? He goes abroad and says, India is the motherland and Israel is the fatherland. How unaware, how unresearched, how Der Dimagi Andh Bhakt attitude.
Dimagi Naxal is also someone like Omar Abdullah, who wants that Article 370, because it has been reinstated, is one of the reasons why POK is not back with India. A person who is chief minister of an Indian state and wants to stop Jammu and Kashmir from being fully integrated with the country. The same opportunism of his father, Farooq Abdullah, he's a Dimagi Naxal.
A Ded Dimagi Andh Bhakt is also someone who declares anyone who opposes the BJP's Kashmir policy is an anti-national, is a Tukde gang, is a Chinese agent, is same as opposing India's sovereignty. Then he is a Ded Dimagi Andh Bhakt.
And finally, a Dimagi Naxal are the people who are the Aman Ki Asha gang, the Ghazal lobby, the Qawwali lobby, the Biryani lobby, who think ghazals and biryani and Aman Ki Asha should be continuing even after Pahalgam. They are Dimagi Naxals.
And finally, the Ded Dimagi Andh Bhakts are the people who are Ghar Mein Ghus Ke Marenge gang, the 56-inch lobby, the surgical strike PR lobby, the bulldozer lobby, the Har Cheez Mein Pakistan lobby, who think that mentioning Pakistan loud enough in itself is a foreign policy achievement. They are Ded Dimagi Andh Bhakts.
Now, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, anyone who fits in one or more of these attributes runs the risk of running into the category of anti-nationals, Tukde gang, Dimagi Naxals.
Now, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, anyone who fits into one of these Andh Bhakt attributes runs the risk of running into the category of Andh Bhakts, 56-inch gang, or Ded Dimagi Andh Bhakts. You choose, and please send this to your friends. Let's decide if we want to be a nationalist or a melody Andh Bhakt.